Ladies and gentlemen, it's therefore a special honor for us here at the BMW Foundation Pavilion to be able to welcome the mayor of Kyiv in this very special situation and in these weeks that are, as we all know, decisive for the future of the Ukraine and of Kyiv. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to ask you to give a very big round of applause for the man who is since the last 11 years mayor of this city of Kyiv, Vitali KLITSCHKO. Thanks for being with us. Thank you very much. Have a seat. Vitali, first of all, thank you for being with us. I know you have a lot of other meetings these days, and it's a privilege for us having you here. What does it to a city? What does it to the citizens of a city if they have been afraid for years that their house will be hit by Russian bombs, that there will be no energy in the evening or in the night? What does it to the city and to the people of that city?
First of all, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Servus. I'm very happy to be back in Munich. It's a lovely city. Our partner, many years long partner, and I want to say thank you. Thank you very much for everyone who supports Ukraine, and especially Munich in this period of time. The biggest support as sister city give to our hometown is very important in this critical situation to have friends, and it's we need the help, and it's very important for our people to know we are not alone, and we have friends who give to support to us. That's why I want to make a small presentation what does mean Kyiv. It's some people who was in Kyiv have some information, but anyway, Kyiv, one of the largest cities in East Europe. Before the war, the population of our hometown was 3.8 million people. Right now, the population in our hometown, 3.7 million people, but from 3.7 million, almost 700 is refugees. Refugees from east and south of Ukraine. People who want to live in Kyiv, and main reason why people move to Kyiv, because first of all, right now in Ukraine, main priority, not just in Ukraine, in our hometown, the main priority is safety. Thank you to our partners, we protect better than any another city, but anyway, from beginning the war, this Russian aggression with missiles and kamikaze drone destroyed more than 800 houses, buildings, 800 buildings, and killed more than 270
inhabitants.
Our citizens, I talk about civilian people, and 14 children. And that's why right now safety is main priority to our hometown. We listen every day air alarm, and we listen explosion, but we protect it right now. The explosion in air because anti-missile system destroyed in the air, missiles and drones, and but anyway. From last time, we listened so many times. If you put the time together, alarm, 1 month from 12, our citizens spent in the underground, in shelters. Also, why people coming to Kyiv? Services. Safety and services. People need jobs. People need education, preschool, schools, everything work, medical care, and everything in city work. It's a lot. We have a lot of challenges. What we talk right now about them, but one of the challenges to give the services to people. From beginning the war, we was very surprised. The main target in our hometown was power plants. From beginning, we not understand what is the reason to destroy our power plants, to let people living No heat, especially front of the winter. No heating, no electricity, no water. In 22, we was shocked, and to be honest, one of the plans, we have many options. We was prepared to evacuate the city because situation was really critical.
So you really thought about evacuating a city of then 3.8 million people?
Yeah, but in 22 was much less, because in the beginning the war, beginning the war, a lot of people was evacuated from the Kyiv, and around 1 million citizens stay in Kyiv in spring 2022.
But still, 1 million people.
Yeah, and after that, when people feel the services are there, is protection there, people coming back, and right now people slowly coming back, and right now population 3.7 million people living in hometown.
Vitali, how often have you been faced with the decision in the recent months, or recent years, we have to say, to either supply a hospital with energy or not to heat an entire residential area with 50, 60,000 people living there? How often have you...
I'm not explain where is the reason to destroy it, power plants, let people living without heating, electricity and water. We long time thinking about that, where is the reason? We have a lot of damages in our power plants, but we working and also receive a lot of help from Germany, from our partners to fix whole problems. I have just one explanation. I don't have another one. Let's bring the depressive mood to population. The people have to live under depression and move from Kyiv. Kyiv is heart of the country, the capital, we have for last year really critical situation. We have deficit of energy, 60% deficit of energy, and people pretty long time living no electricity, no heating, and we actually a couple of times was very close to blackout. You know what is a blackout? Simple explanation. It's very interesting. You wake up in your apartments, it's pretty cold. You try to switch on the lights, no electricity. Okay, you go, no water. Okay, you go to the streets, you want to buy something to eat, everything is closed, and you go to the market to buy something, and they told the terminals doesn't work because no electricity, and
literally nothing works.
In 22 we have really critical situation, but actually the past time, but I remember that, and this was teach us what we have to do it.
Vitali, you said one major reason, or the major reason for that kind of state-sponsored terrorism was to depress the people, to drive them out of the city, to frustrate them basically, and to lose hope. What did you do as a mayor of that city that the citizens didn't lose hope, that they stayed, that the community stayed, and that the intention of the Russians obviously didn't work?
Honest?
Sure.
To be the mayor is difficult, but especially is very difficult in this period of time. You have to be strong. You have to trust yourself. You give the good, positive emotions to the people, and everyone have to be also strong. Because if mayor of city is depressed, the people will be what's going on, and everything have to work. And I try to share to our citizens trust in yourself, in city. Sometimes it's difficult, very difficult.
May I ask you a personal question? What did you do in moments where you were skeptical, when you were depressed, when you lost hope and you knew that you couldn't show it to the public, what did you do?
Talk to myself. Talk to myself. Yeah, really. It's sometime in the evening you are disastered. You come back to home and you doesn't have power, and make a little bit rest, wake up, and tell, I never give up. And it's very difficult. As mayor, I give you some examples. Great jobs to help the people, to change for better life of the people, but right now in military, it's in this period of time, I had it to function. I had it really to give medals to the parents for children who already died as soldier. Until today, I do that many times. Until today, I don't know what I have to say to children, mother, fathers. Thank you. We proud. It's some time after this ceremony. I need psychological treatment. I have a feeling. Also, it's part of my job. I have to visiting and help medical care the soldiers in hospitals. Children, 22, 25 years old, no legs, no arms, sometimes no eyes, and to talk to them and to give them trust and support them, but after the visiting hospitals, it's difficult for myself because I need psychological treatment, also psychological support. But
did you get psychological support, if I may ask? Because that's an unusual question to ask a politician, but
sometimes I understand I need because
you need it.
Can you imagine? I cry together with parents. If come in and take the medals, I cry together with them.
Vitali.
Strong man, 2 meters tall, 6'7", powerful, but it's psychologically difficult. But it's very important to be unbroken. It's actually we Ukrainians surprised whole world because we fighting against one of the strongest army in the world, as many experts in the world give to us couple of days, maybe couple of weeks. We fighting already successfully defend our homeland already 3 years against one of the biggest, strongest army in the world. And you have to be strong because the Russians, I mean Putin, never expect the weak position. They respect you have to be strong, and that's why we have to be strong to give the services to support everyone who need the help.
Vitali, what was the first thing that came into your mind when you heard about the phone call between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin? What was the first thing that came into your mind?
I was really disappointed, actually. From one side, it's good because Trump promising to bring the peace back to Ukraine, and everyone in Ukraine hope the peace coming back to Ukraine, peaceful time. Everyone dreaming about that.
So this is seen as a kind of relief?
From one side.
And what's the other side?
From another side, why we doesn't have information and behind our partners, European leaders, president of Ukraine, negotiation between Trump and Putin. We're scary about that, to be honest.
What's your expectation? Is Ukraine part of the process, or will be Ukraine not part of the process?
Ukraine have to be the part of the process, first point. And also the part of the process have to be our partners, because from Ukraine depend the life in Europe. If we doesn't stop this war in Ukraine, everyone understands the reason of this war. Sometimes I have feeling not.
Then explain it again.
We are Ukrainian, want to be the part of European family. Putin told, you are part of Russian Empire. The reason of this war, we want to build democratic country and to be the part of European family. And Putin do it, want to rebuild Russian Empire, and they talk about Ukraine. They was never independent, talk about Baltic countries, Poland. I tell to Germany, please never underestimate Putin, because in his sick vision, the part of Germany where Putin spent years long as KGB agent also belong on Russian Empire. And that's why our partners have to be together with us with a negotiation table, because if from stability in Ukraine depends stability in whole Europe, one of the biggest country in Europe, Ukraine, and that's why is a question. And also the biggest war after the Second World War in Europe, and that's why it's very important to be the partners, and also peaceful negotiation, but with guarantee, our national interest and our independence and sovereignty. It's very, very important, and the guarantee we need from our partners, because the peace is a question not just for Ukraine, it's a question, very important question for all our neighbors, for all Europeans.
Who do you think will give Ukraine these kind of guarantees? What will be the role of the EU? What will be the role in specific of Germany, in your opinion?
Right now,
afterwards I ask you about the United States, but in that order.
The role of European countries is very important. I told it's we defend not just our homeland, we defend every one of you, and everyone have to understand that, because if we don't protect our homeland, Putin go so far as far we allowed him to go, because we have to be strong. Many of you know my boxing background. One simple example: every finger in your arm is pretty strong, but if fingers come together, you will be times stronger. And that's why it's very important to be together. Unity around Ukraine is the key for peace and freedom in Europe.
Vitali, I know that you must leave soon. We have 2 more minutes. Let me ask you, do you trust Donald Trump?
I hope...
It's already an answer.
No, listen. I hope. I have huge hope, and it's exactly the same hope have millions of people in Europe, in the world, and to stop the war, to save the interest of our homeland, and to bring the peace back to Ukraine, to Europe. And we have huge hope, and I have a trust, but I hope it will be not mistake to have a trust. And we have huge hope, and we keep finger crossed, because United States, one of the country which provide democracy in the world and support democracy, will be support our wish to be part of the democratic world. If Ukraine lose whole democratic world, and lose also Trump, if Ukraine will be not part of democratic world, will be part of authoritarian regime.
When you go back now to Kyiv, right?
Yeah.
when you go back now to Kyiv, what is the single information that you can share with us that is news for Ukraine and news for Kyiv? That single information you got here from the Munich Security Conference, and information you can share with the public.
Main point here in Munich, Ukraine. Main point, peace in Ukraine. Every discussion was about Ukraine, and right now all politicians from the world coming here to Munich to find solution, to find a solution and make a plan how they bring peace to Ukraine, to Europe, and from that depend, from position of politician depend a lot, but I want to tell as Ukraine it's very important to accept national interest of Ukraine. It's very, very important, and to save Ukraine as European country, as democratic country, as part of European family.
Vitali Klitschko, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for being here. But there is a last point you want to make. Of course, you can also have another 10 minutes if you want.
No.
You are in the hurry. We're listening very fascinated, Vitali.
Also, many of you will be surprised. 3 years long as teenager, I make my first money as guide. I make excursion in my hometown. One of the
as a tour guide.
As tour guide, yeah, as tour guide. As sportsman, I'm visiting many cities, many countries in the world, and Kyiv is unique. It's a great city, a lot of hills, a great big river. And north of the Kyiv, just think of the north, you stay in one of side of the river, you doesn't see another one. It's so bright, like you stay in by ocean. It's a great city. It's 1,500 years old. The city, great history. It's a lot of things. It's unique city. A lot of islands, some part of very similar to Miami, very similar to Hamburg, and very green city. So green city is many people talk. It's not this parks in the city, because city inside the parks. And really, I love Kyiv so much, and until today, I use my skills as tour guide to make excursion to my friends, and I'm enjoy when people open the eye and wow, what is a beautiful city. Great gas-friendly people living in Kyiv, and I hope in this year war will be stopped. In this year we coming back to normal life, and if you have a chance visiting Kyiv, I promising to everyone unforgettable emotions for lives long from one of the beautiful city in East Europe, my hometown, Kyiv. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a big honor. Thank you.
And thank you for the help.